friends, we are in the module 3 again, and in this session we will be discussing about the anti-knocking agents, unleaded petrol, and also the biodiesel. So in last class we discussed about the knocking and mechanism of knocking. Okay, there I was telling you like how can we reduce the knocking tendency. That's by adding certain substances, right, which are referred to as anti-knocking agents. Fine. So let us have a look here. Okay, so before that we will discuss about the unleaded petrol. Okay, before discussing the anti-knocking agents, let us talk about the unleaded petrol. What is this unleaded petrol? Like one decade before, no, like we used to see the label in petrol bunks as leaded petrol. Okay, so before leaded petrol was available in petrol bunks, but now we see unleaded petrol. Okay, only unleaded petrol will be available. That is because, you know, like before lead was added to the gasoline. Okay, lead was added to the gasoline in the form of like either the tetraethyl lead or tetramethyl lead, or the mixed methyl ethyl lead was added to the petrol. Okay, why it was added? When these lead components are added to the gasoline, what happens, you know, these lead components were releasing lead and lead oxide free radicals. Okay, they were releasing lead and lead oxide free radicals. These free radicals, they were stopping or they were inhibiting the chain of reactions. Last class we discussed it, right, in the last topic. Okay, in the mechanism of knocking, there will be a chain of reactions that will be proceeding. The dimethyl peroxide produced will be like giving rise to the acetaldehyde, formaldehyde, etc., right? So that chain of reaction, it was stopping. What was stopping? The lead and lead oxide from the tetraethyl and tetramethyl lead added, it was stopping. The lead and lead oxide were acting as a free radicals in stopping the chain of reactions. Thereby it was minimizing the knocking. I think it's clear till here. Okay, I repeat once again anyway. Before, no, like the leaded components was added to the gasoline. Okay, leaded components means you know, lead in the form of either a tetraethyl lead or a tetramethyl lead, or the mixed form was added to the gasoline. When it is added, what will happen here? It used to form lead and lead oxide free radicals. These free radicals were inhibiting the chain of the reactions, and thereby it was stopping the chain of reactions and thus the knocking. But what's the problem here? The lead it is not at all good for all the living things on the atmosphere here. Okay, it is not good for human health, and it is not good for the other living things. Okay, so it is made mandatory that the lead should not be added to the fuels. Okay, universally it is made mandatory. Okay, mandatory rule, like it should not be, you know, the lead or lead components should not be used in a gasoline fuel. Okay, so what to do? What's the next alternatives? Next, anti-knocking agents came into existence. As we should not supposed to use any lead or lead components, we should see to some other alternative, right? Okay, so anti-knocking agents came. What are these anti-knocking agents? These are the chemical substances. Okay, these are the chemical substances which will be having a very high octane rating. Okay, please to remember, higher the octane rating of the fuel, lower is the tendency to knock. Okay, higher the octane rating, lower is the tendency to knock. Okay, these are all some certain chemical substances which are having very high octane rating. The benzene, toluene, okay, the ethyl ether, okay, or the methyl ethyl ether, okay, the ethyl tertiary butyl ether, methyl tertiary butyl ether, the mixed methyl ethyl ether, isooctane, benzene, toluene, these are all the certain chemical substances. When they are added in a small quantities to our gasoline, okay, they will be increasing the octane rating, thereby reducing the knocking tendency. And also what happens here is the ethers, they will be having oxygen present in the form of a functional group. In their functional group, oxygen will be there. Once when we supply more and more oxygen, no, the fuel will be burning completely, so that it will be reducing the tendency to knock. These are referred to as anti-knocking agents. So what are the anti-knocking agents? Certain chemical substances when added in a small quantities to the gasoline or petrol, okay, they increase the octane rating and decreases the tendency to knock, which are referred to as anti-knocking agents. Okay, and what is unleaded petrol means? What do you have to say? The petrol which does not contain any lead or lead components is called as a unleaded petrol. Clear, no? Okay, so these substances were added to minimize the knocking tendency in the IC engine. Fine. Next topic is a power alcohol. Okay, what is the power alcohol? Power alcohol is a ethyl alcohol, ethanol blend. Okay, when the ethanol is mixed with our gasoline or petrol, no, okay, it is called as a power alcohol. Okay, but if you write like that, you will not at all be getting marks. You have to write the complete answer. Okay, what is power alcohol? Power alcohol is a gasoline blend which contains around 10 to 15% of ethanol and 85 to 90% of gasoline by volume. Okay, so a petroleum blend containing 10 to 15% of ethyl alcohol and 85 to 90% of gasoline is referred to as a power alcohol. Okay, here the difficulty is generally the alcohol and petrol, they will not be mixing easily because of the difference in their densities. They will not be easily mixed. Okay, so we need to use some blending agents like either a benzene, ether, etc. Some other organic liquid should be used to make them mix. Understood? So what is power alcohol? It is a gasoline blend of 10 to 15% ethyl alcohol and 85 to 90% of the petrol by volume. As these liquids won't mix because of the difference in their densities, we need to use some blending agents. Okay, what are all the advantages of the power alcohol? If we add the ethyl alcohol to the gasoline or our petrol, what will happen? That is, it will be increasing the octane rating of the fuel. Once when the octane rating is increased, no, it will have a least tendency to knock. You know that very well. Okay, fine. And then the power alcohol has the same lubricating property. Okay, there is no problem. If we mix alcohol, it doesn't matter. It will not be affecting the engine in any way. Okay, we can say that the power alcohol is having the same lubricating property as that of the normal gasoline or petrol. Okay, and alcohol, very well, no, alcohol is highly combustible, right? Okay, alcohol is highly combustible. It will be supporting the combustion very easily, so the fuel will be burning completely. When the fuel is burning completely, there will be no question of knocking. Fine. And the power output of the alcohol is high compared to the normal petrol or the gasoline. Okay, and one more advantage is in alcohol, no, it will be absorbing if any traces of moisture present in the gasoline, no, the alcohol will be easily absorbing all the moisture content which is present in the petroleum fuel. Okay, these are all the advantages of the power alcohol. Octane rating will be high so that the knocking tendency will be lesser. It will be having the same lubricating property. Okay, so it doesn't harm the engine. Okay, and alcohol is highly combustible, supports the complete combustion of the fuel, so there will not be any emission of the harmful byproducts. Okay, and also the alcohol will be absorbing any traces of moisture if it is present in the gasoline fuel. Fine. And next topic is biodiesel. Okay, what is this biodiesel? Biodiesel is it is one of the alternative fuel for diesel automobiles. Okay, and it is synthesized from renewable sources of plant and animal origin. Okay, biodiesel can be synthesized from the waste oils. Okay, waste oils or animal fats it can be synthesized from, and also from plant seeds. Which are all plant seeds? Like sunflower is there, groundnut is there. Okay, and jatropha seeds. Okay, pongemia, honge we call in Kannada, pongemia seeds. Okay, and rubber seeds. Okay, coconut, from all the oils and also from waste oil and animal origin, the biodiesel can be synthesized. Okay, and it can be used as a diesel for a alternative fuel for a diesel automobiles. When we take these oils, direct coconut oil is there, groundnut oil is there, okay, rubber oil is there. These oils, no, they are the triglycerides of the fatty acids. Okay, they cannot be directly used in a used for the diesel engines. Okay, the engine will not work if we use. Okay, so what to do? We cannot completely change the existing engines, no, right? So there is a small process called transesterification is done here. Okay, once when the transesterification is done, the triglycerides of fatty acids are converted into the monoalkyl ester. The monoalkyl ester of the fatty acids are called as a biodiesel that can be used directly without any engine modification. The biodiesel can be used for automobiles. Okay, so the biodiesel is a alternate diesel fuel for the diesel automobiles, which can be synthesized from renewable sources of plant and animal origin. Okay, so the triglycerides, as the triglycerides cannot be used directly in the engine. Okay, a process called transesterification is done. Transesterification is the alcoholysis in presence of a base and a catalyst. Okay, alcoholysis. Okay, the triglycerides of fatty acid is taken. It will be mixed either with the methanol or with the ethanol, and the reaction is carried out in presence of a sodium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide at a temperature of around 60 degrees centigrade. Okay, biodiesel will be formed, and also there will be a formation of soap with the biodiesel. Okay, soap with the biodiesel will be formed. Okay, so before treating with the base, the triglycerides of fatty acid should be supposed to be treated with the acid first. Okay, so let us see the reaction. See, this is the reaction. CH2OCOR1, CHOCOR2 and CH2OCOR3 is the triglycerides of fatty acids which cannot be directly used in the diesel engines. Okay, transesterification is done here. Transesterification is treating the triglycerides of fatty acids with alcohol. With alcohol it will be treated with and here it is treated in presence of sodium hydroxide and a catalyst in presence of around 60 degrees of temperature. It will be forming a monoalkyl ester. See, here CH2, CH2 was there. It is replaced, all the groups are replaced with the CH3. Okay, it is a fatty acid methyl ester. If we use ethanol here it will be forming a fatty acid ethyl ester. Okay, so fatty acid methyl ester it is, because we are using methyl alcohol here, and with that there will be a formation of a glycerol, that is a soap. Okay, so that should be separated. Okay, and the biodiesel can be directly used in the automobiles. Okay, this is the reaction. You have to write the reaction completely and correctly. Okay, if any one thing is wrong, no, one letter if you write wrong, you will be losing the marks. Only for this reaction itself there will be 4 marks. Okay, transesterification of a process of alcoholysis of the triglycerides of fatty acids in presence of methanol or ethanol and a base and a catalyst at around 60 degrees of temperature. It will be forming a fatty acid methyl ester or ethyl ester depending on the alcohol used. Okay, and that can be leading to the formation of the biodiesel and formation of a soap also. Okay, the soap should be separated. Okay, and the biodiesel can be directly used in the automobiles. Okay, and what are all the advantages of using this biodiesel? You know, after writing the reaction you must write this first step. Okay, for this itself 1 mark is there. Okay, what is this R1, R2 and R3, where R1, R2, R3 are long chain fatty acids. Okay, the advantages of the biodiesel are, it is as I told you in the definition, it is a renewable sources of plant and animal origin. Okay, and the biodiesel, no, it will be almost burning completely. When the fuel is burning completely, there will not be any formation of any of the harmful byproducts. So it is not liberating any of the harmful byproducts or polluting the atmosphere. And also that cetane number of the biodiesel will be higher than the normal diesel. Okay, it is almost completely pure. It does not contain any sulfur or nitrogen impurities. Okay, one more advantage is we don't have to use the complete biodiesel to the our diesel engine. Okay, if we just if we just mix some small quantity, that is 10 to 20% of this biodiesel into the normal diesel, okay, it will be reducing the harmful emissions to a larger extent. You know, there will be a reduction in a 45 to 60% of oxides of carbon emission, and also 60% of reduction in the particulate matter and oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen emissions will be there. Okay, if we add little bit of the biodiesel to the normal diesel, it will reduce the harmful emissions to the larger extent. Okay, and it also reduces the formation of the greenhouse gases, and it is non-toxic in nature. These are all the advantages of the biodiesel. Fine. So applications of this biodiesel are we discussed it is an alternative fuel for the diesel engines. Okay, and it can be directly used without any engine modification. Okay, if we want to use the triglycerides of fatty acid hence we need to use the, you know, we need to change the engine modification. No, but biodiesel, it works for the normal engine, and also small amount of biodiesel can be added to the normal diesel. Okay, so that it will be decreasing the harmful emissions to a larger extent. Okay, this is the end of the topic, and we will be meeting shortly with the new topic. Thank you.